Hi, Ken.
So great to be with you again this Sunday evening.
Oh, yes. Every Sunday's a treat.
Yeah. Hey, I got a question for you, Monica. What do ancient Armenian history and modern rock music and the Make-A-Wish Foundation have in common?
Hmm. You know what? I don't know, but I have a feeling you're going to tell me.
Of course I am. I'm going to tell you about a musician whose name is Sarantos, Sarantos. It's a Greek name, and it commemorates the 40 Christian martyrs in the city of Sebasta, Armenia in 320 AD. Now, I know you're not really folks all that interested. Monica is because she loves all the little tidbits I bring to our
Yeah,
relationship. But
yeah.
most
I
importantly,
love
I'm
history
interested
too.
in Armenian history. But the thing is that Sarantos is a musician and he creates a kind of blend of rock and from the 80s and more modern pop rock, and he produces music, and every month he creates a new music video with a new song that he writes and performs,
Mm.
and he publishes them among other things on YouTube. Where, by the way, you can find him. He uses Sarantos Melodia, and that Melodia is means for word with words.
With
So
words.
okay, so he is witnessing the martyrs with his words. I just thought, wow, when I realized that, I just had to talk about him a little bit. I
Oh,
looked up
yeah.
music and looked him up. And you can look him up on Google and you'll find that he has a presence on the web. And you find his music is also for sale. Now, this is the thing that's really kind of fascinating. Okay. He doesn't just make money on his music.
Mm.
Uh, okay. He has, Sir, Sarantos has another vocation. And so, therefore, he can afford to donate a good chunk of the money he makes on his music to charities, one of which is one of my favorites, the Make-A-Wish Foundation. He
Oh,
also supports the American Cancer Society and the American Lung Association.
wow.
Now, Sarantos, what I know of him as a person is that, among other things, he lost his dad when he was only 10 years old to cancer.
Mm.
And he himself had a very long and difficult struggle with his health growing up, particularly issues around breathing. So you can see where these things come together.
Yeah, why he would feel so passionately about them. But Ken, most people would have these things happen to him and they just really wouldn't do anything with it. And it seems like he's taken a negative in his life and turned it into something positive.
Absolutely. And has used his love of music and his incredible creativity. And so I wanted to celebrate that a little bit today. Even though this is a spoken word program, I decided that I wanted to celebrate one of our friends who performs music. And in a little bit, Monica, I'm going to ask you to play uh, a couple of his songs
All
with
right.
the videos. And while we're playing them, I just, I do hope folks will realize that this is a little unusual because this is a man, while you can buy his music, he puts the stuff up on YouTube so people can watch it freely. And in the hope that they will like it enough to buy, and then so he can then donate that money to these good causes. I think that's cool. I
Oh, it,
really
it
like
is. I mean, what I love about it, it's a win-win-win situation. You're liking the music, you're purchasing the music, and you're helping somebody else just by doing so. So by
But
giving
now,
yourself a gift, you're giving a gift to someone else.
but now he goes a step further.
Ah,
I mean, it gets even better because what does he write his music about? He writes it about stuff that matters. Wow, hey, it matters.
now I know why you wanted to bring this music to us tonight.
Okay. He writes about things like being a dreamer and why we should not be afraid to dream.
Mm,
He writes about social anxiety and relationships, and he has one that's called "Did You Cheat on Me?" and it's a kind of hard rock metal song. It's about the fear of your partner cheating on you. He writes about our obsessive need to look perfect. As I listened to that particular song by him, all I could imagine, we have right down the street from me, we have a Botox center where people are going in all the time, not because they really need, but because they just want to look, I guess they think better. I don't know. I mean, to me, Botox is a questionable appearance, but they are doing it for that. And why do we need that? And he writes about what makes a hero, what it means to be a hero.
yeah.
And then he also occasionally will write about the people that he thinks are worth. He commemorates people. So he has
Commemorates him. Yeah.
one about David Bowie, in which he's all. It's called "I'm Tired of Being Scared."
Well,
And,
I'm hoping we can share most of that music sometime during the show tonight because I think
yeah.
people will enjoy it now that you've mentioned them.
Okay. So
It's going to be great.
why don't we at this point take a break and play a couple of the songs,
All right.
and then we'll come back and talk about a little bit of other stuff, and then maybe close out with some more of his music. Okay.
No, I think that sounds perfect, Ken. It'd be great. Okay, here you go, folks. Take a listen. I know you'll enjoy it.
The past is on my mind tonight. Every year that goes by, time makes it a little bit easier. But even as I wonder why, the memories won't go away. My mind ponders the moments gone by, the pain of the past. I remember the reason why I live without your kiss. I can't live like this. The pain of the past haunts me, haunts me. Why must the past live on? I buried it so deeply, yet it still feels so strong, and my mind won't forget. My mind ponders the moments gone by, the pain of the past. I remember the reason why I live without your kiss. I can't live like this. The pain of the past haunts me, haunts me. The past never goes away. The past is always here to stay. Pain of the past seems like it will always last. The past never goes away. The past is always here to stay. Pain of the past seems like it will always last. I thought I came to terms. Seemed like I finally moved on, but I still can't find the words to help me live free again. My mind ponders the moments gone by, the pain of the past. I remember the reason why I live without your kiss. I can't live like this. The pain of the past haunts me, haunts me. Every year that goes by, time makes it a little bit easier. But even as I wonder why the memories won't go away. Why can't I forget sins of the past? 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 Once upon a time, not too long ago, the stars were lighting up. Your touch was all I know. You say I'm a dreamer. How'd you figure that out? Was it the look in my eyes? Was it the passion in my heart? You say I'm a dreamer. We will be okay, even when apart. My love will always stay. I'll never break your
think?
You know, I am pleasantly surprised because I thought, here's a guy. He's got another, he works doing whatever. He has another occupation, and this is something he's doing to help a charity to give back. But wow, he wrote the lyrics to all these. You're saying,
And the music
and the music,
and performed.
and he also has the vocals.
Mhm.
Very, very talented man.
Yes, he is, and I like his range. I mean, we had there two songs. One is real heavy metal.
Hmm.
Like I was right back at a Metallica kind of concert.
Yeah, it kind of
And
reminds
that
you.
was much more mellow, kind of mellow, more modern, that mellow pop rock that we
Yeah,
have more now of. And I
yeah,
like them both. Although I can't do too much of the heavy metal. I couldn't go to a heavy metal concert
yeah. You can be the dreamer, and I'll be the heavy metal.
anymore. I did I ever tell you I used to go to a lot of those concerts. I worked with kids, and one of
Mhm.
the big issues for a lot of kids in those days was they wanted to go to concerts, and their parents didn't want to go for understandable reasons. But so I would take the kids. I'd take like 3, 4, 5 teenagers, and we go. And some of the concerts, I would sit there without earplugs.
Oh.
Some I wore earplugs, and some I sat in the parent room and read a book. But
Ken, that is a wonderful gesture for you to do, though.
mhm.
Uh, Gosh, I didn't know those kids had to have appreciated your actions.
Oh yeah, and I had fun. I mean, some of those concerts I really had a good time at. I loved Frank Zappa. Oh wow, he was just fabulous.
One of
I
a
love
kind. He was before his time, though, even in the way he
yeah.
thought.
Well, he opened up, and I loved the Kinks. Oh, that was a great concert. I went to the Kinks.
Oh, I bet. I bet.
Yeah, that was just fun. But anyway, yeah, I really think Sarantos is a wonderful, wonderful performer.
Hmm.
And as I say, he's doing it. I don't know how much stuff he's doing on on live stage, but
Hmm.
I do know that he is always doing these once a month, and you can sign up. You can go to his website, or I think you can even sign up just directly on the YouTube, and he will send you the link each month when the new song comes out. And he also talks about the songs. I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff there on that YouTube channel. Well worth taking a look at because he's a very interesting guy. But he's not the only person that I want to talk about today
All right.
because I happened to go to a movie the other night,
Ah.
one that just came out. And it was also about somebody who used music, loved music, and, quote, performed music, unquote. Her name was Florence Foster Jenkins.
Mm.
And they just produced a movie about her. And that movie is just coming out. I think it's coming out, just came out like last weekend or something. And it's a great hoot of a movie. Now, it stars Meryl Streep and Hugh Grant, and
What?
it's a true story.
Well, right there. They're two of the best actors that are in Hollywood today, both of them. So.
Okay, I'm going to tell you, I don't remember his name, but the supporting actor in it, who plays her pianist, stole the movie.
He
He
did.
stole the movie before he opened his mouth. He
Ah,
is so expressive. He is so responsive to what's going on that you just can't get enough of the guy. So let me tell you a little about who this woman was.
all right.
She was, she had inherited some money from her father, and she loved music. And I don't want to give away too much about her personal life and stuff, but let's just say she lived in New York, and she supported the musical foundations of the city. And during the Second World War, when there was very little available, rationing,
Oh yeah. People just didn't
she
have money. Yeah.
she was pushing music and helping the classical music. Well, she got it into her head that she was going to give her own recital. She was going to sing. Now, she had done this through a local club, a club that she belonged to, but everybody there loved her.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, let me just say that this was to be an open concert at Carnegie Hall. And the public was showing up. And I'm going to only tell you this. Now, Punky has heard me sing once. And if you recall, when I sang, Punky hurled herself out of the room, yowling.
Yes, I remember that.
Uh, I
Or maybe
better,
maybe she was trying to sing along with you. I don't know.
not the way she ran. Well, I have to tell you that I sing better than this lady sang. And that's like a matter of historical record. But
Okay.
it's a fascinating story, and I have to tell you, I just laughed and laughed and laughed. And the whole audience did. And it just was so wonderful to share this woman's love and joy, as Meryl Streep reflected it,
Mhm.
her love and joy in music, her wanting to make music for the world and make music available to the world. And it just happens that today I just saw this movie, and because I sometimes get to see movies ahead before they open. And then I had came across this musician, Sarantos, and I said, oh yeah, it's the same motive, isn't it?
Yes.
How often do we, musicians, artists, dancers, writers, poets, how often do we really find that what we're doing is something that we're offering to the world? It isn't just for money, it isn't for glory.
Mm-hmm.
It's because we know that art makes the world better. Art is a way of reaching across boundaries and connecting people.
Well, I wish, to tell you the truth, the governments would and the states would think that way about the schools because we're losing more and more programs all the time.
I know, and it's a shame. And the other thing that's awful to me is that a lot of the states and cities don't support the arts in their own locale. There's something very strange, like, if I live here in Arizona, as
Hmm.
everybody knows, and the state of Arizona will hire an artist up in Minnesota
Hmm.
to do an outdoor statue
Right.
for and I don't get me wrong. I think the statue that they commission is beautiful. I think that the artist from Minnesota is very talented, but there's a lack of support for the arts in one's own back home yard.
Yeah.
Um, and that bothers me terribly as I look around in this country. There are exceptions. There are cities in which the arts are truly cherished. Boston has a wonderful program where they write poetry on the sidewalks and people can read it. And then when it rains, the poetry kind of washes off. Uh, Here in Phoenix, they do once a year have a program where they put poetry in removable form on the side of the rapid transit. But for the most part, cities really don't appreciate and support their local artists.
Right.
And it's a shame.
Do you know, I'm going to do a little bit of a plug here because I think this organization is trying to bring that back to the communities. And
What organization?
you might remember them. It's 100,000 poets for change.
Yeah, I remember them.
And what this is a world this organization started out in one city and it's grown worldwide. And what they do is anybody in any city can approach them. They're on Facebook. You can go to their website. Um, and they hold a festival at least once a year, and you can do it more often if you want. But they usually do it on one day. I think it's in September.
Yep.
And um, the local artists get together, and they can be from just one town, they can be from many towns that come to this one spot, and they set up a venue within a city. And it can be a small city, it can be a big city, it doesn't matter. And I know it says poets, but what they do is of course, they do have poets that will recite their poetry in open mic. They'll
Right.
have bands, they'll have singers, they'll have jugglers, they'll have any form of entertainment or art. They'll have artists that paint pictures. And they have these venues, and it doesn't, and what they do is they go to a business or they go to an event hall, and they'll ask them if they'll participate with them, and they don't charge money.
Right.
And they invite everybody in the community or even outside communities to come and join. And their purpose for this, if you remember, Ken, was so that people could get together and first of all enjoy art.
Right.
But the main purpose after enjoying that art was to realize that we're all neighbors. Um, we might have differences in politics, religion, and many other things. But right here, we can sit here and we can talk about what we're seeing. We can get to know each other on a mutual level without hatred or
That's,
bigotry or, any of that.
that's rich.
Yes.
Yeah. Two things can bridge the world: the arts and tuna fish. Right, Punky?
Yeah, Punky must have heard you. She said, "Oh no, oh no, he's not going to sing, Punky. No, he's not." She said, "Okay, she'll stick around then."
That's the arts and tuna fish.
Yeah, but I just had to let everybody know about that, and I hope that if any of you want to do that in your community, that you contact them.
Yeah.
And
Also, I don't know if you know this, Monica. I personally here in Phoenix, I run a monthly open mic that is open to all kinds of performance and such. And
mm,
I have to say, I've been given support by the major theater complex here in Phoenix. So
yes,
the open mic I host is
and you do this on a monthly basis, correct?
this usually, unfortunately for us on the show, it's on a Sunday, but I get people to help me out and make it work. And it's this Sunday, it's this month, it's 28th of August.
Hmm.
And what we do is we get folks to come from all kinds of things. The only problem, you know what? I have a problem with my open mic.
What's that?
I believe that, like you were saying, that every open mic should have all kinds of, it's not just poetry and not just acoustic
Hmm.
guitar, to the two most common: short stories, essays, dance. Oh, I love it when we got a belly dancer one time.
It
We
could
had
be
a
comedians.
we've had comedians, we've had
Yeah.
all kinds of wonderful things. But you know what we've never been able to find here?
What's that?
A mime.
What is it?
A mime.
A mime.
And I believe that no open mic is complete without a mime.
I don't. I love mimes. Now, I
I,
know a lot of people hate mimes, and I don't understand why.
for the same reason that they're afraid of clowns.
Because,
Because they don't know how to understand it.
okay.
Mimes and clowns really demand of us that we accept the possibility of very different. See, abstract art's bad enough because we're looking at something we may not understand it,
Right.
but we don't have to understand it because it's not a human. We can kind of walk around the toadstool.
Yeah.
But when it's a mime and they're standing there doing, we are making their wall to us, we can't go around that wall because they're there. And it makes us feel very, very scared because we don't. But that's the great thing about it, because they're making us look beyond the level of comfort. They're making us look at things that are not comfortable.
Well, I just think what I like them personally is they can do things that I mean, they do it without speaking, and yet you know that they're on a telephone, you know that they are writing, that they are within that box, or that they have just
Yeah.
walked into a wall and bounced back. That's hard to do.
Oh, it's a great skill, but it is very upsetting for people.
Yeah, and I don't get it.
Yeah. Well, we've been talking about a lot of good art stuff, and now, I think we have some time left, so we can play some more of Sarantos' music.
All right.
And folks, go on YouTube and look for him. Sarantos Melodia is his YouTube channel. Google him, find him on the web,
Yes.
and by all means, buy his music. It's very fine music. And remember, when you buy it, that some of that money is going to these great causes, the Make-A-Wish Foundation, of course, being my top one, but American Lung Association and the American Cancer Society.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Okay, folks, we're gonna bring you some more great music, so enjoy.
I'm tired of being scared. One foot out the door, the other cemented inside. There's a whole world out there that I've never tried. And every time I think I'm ready to begin, I freeze with fear, so I turn around and head inside again. I've been through much without much luck in all my years, so many fears. I'm so damn tired of being scared. I showed my soul to the world, but they never cared. Well, that's about to change. My bad luck's done, get ready well, 'cause here I come. I'm a fire. I'm a survivor. As I got gray and wiser, I'm less sure and more afraid. Raw memories floating next to me, awkward palpitations and agony. How many more moments? How much more squandered time? I let the daylight shine without me. I was drowning all my life. I've been through much without much luck in all my years, so many fears. I'm so damn tired of being scared. I showed my soul to the world, but they never cared. Well, that's about to change. My bad luck's done, get ready well, 'cause here I come. I'm a fire. The crowd howling outside, my doubts spin in my mind. I tried to keep them all inside, but now they know. They know my deepest fears, my thoughts, my pain, my tears. And if they scream or if they cheer, they'll never get to me. Now I'm free, I'm standing here. Doesn't matter what you want, let the thunder rage on. And now I'm free, standing here. Doesn't matter what you say, my music's gonna play. The silence doesn't bother me, the silence doesn't bother me today. The silence didn't bother me yesterday. The silence never bothered me anyway. For me are gone. Put all my heart into my songs, my true colors show. Don't care what they say, won't let them change my ways. Won't take it even one more day, you'll never get to me. Now I'm free, I'm standing here. Doesn't matter what you want, let the thunder rage on and on. And now I'm free, standing here. Doesn't matter what you say, my music's gonna play. The silence doesn't bother me, the silence doesn't bother me today. The silence didn't bother me yesterday. The silence never bothered me anyway. Stronger than ever, I will never stand down. No, never, no, never. I will rise up much stronger than ever. I will never stand down. No, never, no, never. I will rise up much stronger than ever. I will never stand down. No, never, no, never. I will rise up much stronger than ever. I will never stand down. No, never, never. The silence doesn't bother me, the silence doesn't bother me today. The silence didn't bother me